G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing the review between Geelong and Collingwood, which was at the MCG last night. And Geelong, a nice win, 20-point victors in the end, and they take themselves to 11-6 with 3 wins on the trot. Looking alright all of a sudden with some changes into the lineup, some positional changes, and it's... since my big comments a few weeks back, making a mark and moving forward, which is positive to see. I missed the first 3 goals of the game. It was sort of busy up until the bounce, and then I missed the missed the magic early, but that's okay. I saw the 5 points after those 3 goals in the first term. I have seen them on replay just with the highlights, but a lightning start. I think we kicked 2 goals in about 30, 40 seconds. So that's what I love to see, is you just know immediately we're switched on. And I feel like teams gone by where we've just, been a bit lethargic to sort of start. But definitely like the last 2 weeks I've noticed that, there's a real focus to just get that first clearance, that first chance to score inside 50, and from then on there you just feel like, all right, cool, we're on. And then it's really frustrating when you go out there, it's a big game, and then you kind of like, it's a bit flat, and it's like, oh geez, it's gonna be a grind. It was a grind anyway, even with the 3-goal start, and we've had plenty of 3-goal leads against the Pies in the last year or so. And they've eaten them up pretty quickly. Pies did bounce back with 4. A lot of goals that Collingwood got off the back of just silly decisions, really, and not executing very well. I wouldn't say their pressure would have to do a little bit with it, because turnovers don't just nothing happens in a vacuum. That turnovers do happen, but they were really, really poor turnovers. Soft goals, as Scotty likes to call them. So they were able to sort of get it on their terms for a little bit. They worried us a little bit with their back half ball movement. It was literally back half ball movement, and on our silly, we were our own worst enemy at times throughout the night. And I'm stoked with the result. It was it's a shocker of a watch at times, with just some of the mistakes. And I guess it's a high pressure game. Season on line for Collingwood. It's quite dewy out there, so it's easy to sit in the cheap seats, on the couch watching. But a pretty phenomenal effort, all considering. And Collingwood fully acknowledged they've got a few out, especially that forward line, with Mychek and McStay and McCreary and these guys. So they're clearly not at full strength. We're close to full strength, and looking good on that front. But we've still got a few players out that we'd like in the side, like Tanner Bruin and Tommy Hawkins. Maybe we'll see how he recovers. They've obviously been a bit battered and bruised throughout the season, and it's been very. We saw the numbers on might have been on the couch or 360 throughout the week, where the season that Collingwood is now having was very similar to our 2023 campaign, where you start off 0-3, you make a bit of a charge, and then you get injuries, and so Collingwood may still make the 8, but it has been pleasing to just kind of go, all right, it's damn hard to back up a premiership in the modern game. But how did we go? So we're able to respond in that second term with 4 and looked a lot better. I felt like the Pies had a fair bit of the play in that third term, and what I'm really stoked about is this is the biggest score we've conceded in the last 3 weeks. So it's 59 points, 60 points, and 71 against a side we know can definitely score. Again, they've got a few outs that they would sort of like to be back in, and they had some chances in their forward line that went begging as well. But that's not to say that we had plenty of chances ourselves, and some non-hod on the ball decisions paid not inside our forward 50, but that's all right. But we're able to, when Collingwood did have momentum, when it was a Collingwood game and it was on their terms, I felt like we were able to make sure the scoreboard didn't get out of control. And I suspect in that 6-7 week period that we had where things weren't going well, teams were just scoring at will, and it was like really hard work. So, it was good to be able to... And it's funny because I felt like the backline had some shocking turnovers and shocking moments. So, with all that in mind, it's good to keep them to 71 points. And in when they had their chances, it looked pretty dangerous and pretty scary. But again, we kept them to 71 points. And, I mean, a lot of our score was off the back of our clearance work. So it's been a weakness, and we've somehow turned that into a strength for us. A lot of our score, I think in the first half, was about 6 goals, was from stoppage work. Yeah, so from the clearance. We know Melbourne got over 100 points in that 2021 grand final. I think we got a stack of it in the 2022 grand final where we got the Swans sorted out there. But that was a real strength for us, and a little bit of work off turnover. And as the game wore on, we're able to fitter bodies. We're able to go for longer. We're able to sort of get out to that nice margin, and then sort of not fully park the bus, but do enough to try and take out a sniff for Collingwood to do one of their crazy comebacks. And really, you're one or two turnovers away from it all falling apart because, you get a goal, kicked against you, momentum, centre clearance, 6-6-6, and then all of a sudden, you can kick 2 goals really, really, really quickly. We're seeing what Port Adelaide have done with, on the far wing, 43 seconds to go, and they kick 2 goals in the last 43 seconds. So those things are possible. But, I mean, more over to us. I feel like I've talked a bit about the Pies. We're able to... move the ball pretty well in terms of how we want to move it. We probably took it on a bit too much at times. There was times where we're at half forward and we're looking to play on, and then the umpire calls play on because we're trying to move. So it must have been a coaching directive. But there was times where it's like, now's not the time to go. Just be composed. So there was composure lacking at times. And again, that's me being pretty critical because we won by 20 points against a Pie side. It's a little bit bruised up. But you get what you deserve, I guess, at the end of the day. And we gave ourselves opportunities up forward. Forward line looked relatively mobile, relatively dangerous. They definitely got a bit of ground ball, the Pies. We're able to obviously, get enough good looks sort of deep inside 50 for us to be able to, make them pay the full price on the scoreboard. And with our 26 scoring shots to their 21, led to a 20-point lead. And I felt like, even with some of the chances we had, we could have won by more. But again, I'm just stoked to get the 4 points. And, a relatively even team performance was another promising piece out of the game. I tried to do the votes and it was so difficult. And that's really positive when you win. It's awful trying to do the votes when you play really poorly. But when you're playing really well, you get the result quite nicely. And you just can't go, just not really sure who our best player was. You're in a really good spot because it just means it's not left to too few. If someone is stopped or tagged, you're not at the mercy of that. But I really like what we did, especially in that second half. We're able to, we kept the Pies to 4 goals after half time. We kicked 6 ourselves, 6 goals, 7. So again, could have been a little bit more damaging on the scoreboard. But loved the start. Loved our ability to, I think as the game wore on, we were able to not allow the Pies too much running from that back line, and definitely some good pressure acts late. Gary Rowan comes to mind to, just not give them that spark. And it was a gritty win, professional win. Should have won, had to win, did win. 8-point game. And we take home the chocolates this week, and it moves us to 3rd on the ladder right at the moment. I'm sure that won't hold for the whole round, but we'll take a quick look at that later on. But that's a bit of an overview of the game in a nutshell. So let's have a look at the numbers and see how they break down. So plus 56 with the ball, and what did that mean? And inside 50s, 62 to 41. So we had plenty of supply, and it was a bit like in the grand final of 2022 where the best way to not concede a big score is just to not let the opposition get it inside 50. And I felt in that, especially in that last quarter, Collingwood would have had 3 or 4 inside 50s, and we just kept getting field position, and we kept, keeping it in our front half and able to, sort of squeeze the Pies in there, and we didn't really allow them that chaos footy from half back. So we were able to nullify that, which was very promising to see on the night. Disposal efficiency was quite high up for us with a lot of uncontested possessions and marks, and the Pies was a bit down. So, our pressure was really good. I like that. And we were able to sort of, I suppose, handle the pressure in a sense. We definitely had some moments that we'd like back again. But, those bits happen. The main thing is, getting the 4 points, and you want to win most of the stats as well. That obviously helps. But the Pies' efficiency inside 50 is probably what's been keeping them in a lot of games. That was quite high up. They have a pretty open forward line when they do get in there. They're probably in the camp of, they may not get in there much, but when it is in there, it's very open and very dangerous. And we've had moments in the past where it's been like that. I don't know the exact ins and outs. The coaches would, how you get, they probably want the balance of, we want to be not too efficient inside 50, but we want to be able to get it inside 50, a decent amount of times. So you want quality supply, and you want to be efficient, but you don't want to be, we've had 35 inside 50s, but we've got 60% of our shots. You probably don't want to be in that camp. You want to have a nice balance, which I call that a nice balance. Darcy Cameron had a day out, or a night out even, 64 house 22, but that, in terms of hit-outs to advantage and what that all meant, by the end of that, it was 42 clearances to 35, and, the Pies inside midfield, no Tommy Mitchell. There might be a few others that I could be missing as well, but centre clearances, we were excellent in that front. So 16-6, there's your game, I reckon. That was enormous. Tommy Stewart and Paddy playing really well, and a few other guys running around for the Cats as well. Around the ground, Pies got a couple more on the fringes, but we definitely focus on that centre clearance, easiest path to goal. Probably less focus on around the ground, try and get the turnover from the rush kick, hopefully. Over contested ball, Pies won that. We won the uncontested ball because we had a lot of uncontested marks, and the stats are frightening very shortly. More turnovers from us, which is, credit to the Pies. We dropped plenty of marks. Don't know what's wrong with their hands. I didn't see Collingwood drop many marks, and we just don't seem to quite complete them. So extra mark training, please, Cats coaching, if you're listening in or watching on. But, I mean, it's ironic that I'm saying that because we took 145 marks to 75. But the marks that we did drop felt like they were diabolical and it cost majorly. So, I guess whilst I say get some mark training in, the numbers don't reflect that. But just where they were dropped and how they were dropped more so. They're always like at half forward or half back or back pocket where it's dropped. And it's just like, it's some coach killers when they do sort of drops. It's like just hang on to it or keep it in front. Don't let it get in behind, and make sure you stick the tackle if you do drop a mark, because you've got to mop up that mess. Scoring wise, we were in front for most of the game. Another good sign as well. You don't want to be 30 minutes in front every game and win, because it kind of means the opposition's got more of the playing more the way that they want to play. Collingwood out-tackled us. I guess that makes sense. They had less disposals. But our tackle count's still pretty high at 53. Love this. Absolutely love this. The more mobile forward line, 13 tackles to 6 inside 50. Easiest way to score is just keep it in there. You don't have to run the whole length of the field. You just have to, once you get it inside 50, keep it in there. And it's much easier than having to go the other end of the ground and have to transfer the whole end of the ground if you do win the ball back. Plenty of run and dash. We'd like to see that. 7 bounces to 1. More 1%ers for the Pies. Did the hard yards there. Interchange all good. All right. Let's have a look-ski at... The votes were really tough, as I mentioned off the top, without looking at stats and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go the 3 votes. He could be really far down the list, and I hope he's not. He's down a little bit. All right, I'm going to go Danger for the 3 votes. So he missed a couple of shots, 22, 3 marks, 2 tackles, 6 clearances, nearly 700 metres gained, and from 77% game time. So a little bit more game time for Paddy. I thought, he was just enormous. I thought, especially early when we had to sort of get going, he stood up as the great leader that he is and put everyone on his back. He takes those really crucial marks at big times, and just his sheer brute force and presence, I think, has definitely got him the 3 tonight. So it's not Paddy's best game of all time, but I felt like, in terms of anyone that was eye-catching and outstanding, it was Paddy. I'd probably have to watch the game back a few times to figure out who the best player was, but Paddy definitely was terrific. And we've got another bloke down the bottom end as well. Jeremy Cameron for the 2 votes. He kicked 3 goals, 3 from his 9 disposals, 4 marks, 4 tackles. He was, impressive up forward. He could have, I've said this the last 2 weeks, he could have kicked a bag, but he was still the most damaging force up forward for us when it did go inside 50, and that was who everyone was concerned about. And some of the goals he did kick were quite... they were just alike. They were pretty freaky. And, we win by 20 points. He's kicked 21. So that obviously helps out massively. And he was the biggest threat for us, or at least more so for the Pies, posing more of a threat to the Pies than us. He was great again. So 7 goals, 7 in this last 2 weeks. 1 vote could have given us about 5 or 6 blokes, but I'm going to go Humphries for the 1 vote. He had 23... 13 marks. We took a lot of uncontested marks, but some, was quite courageous. Had a tackle as well. But, his disposal efficiency was very impressive. I think he had about 96% disposal efficiency from what I was hearing. And, he just backs himself in. He takes the game on. He's not afraid to bite off that, that kick he kicked in the middle. It was like millimetres away from being spoiled. It was just the perfect kick. So I like his courage there. He was great and has been... a massive contribution for us, and looking to be a very good player already. It feels like he's played 75 to 100 games already, so he's been awesome. Over to the rest of the team. A few players here that definitely could have got some votes. Grind kicked 1 goal, 1, had the 27, 7 marks, 4 tackles, 5 clearances. Was just a mosquito around that midfield sort of half forward area. He makes things happen. He's a magic man, and he normally finds a boot inside 50 and finds someone. Over to Maxi Holmes, ran super hard. He had the 27, 9 marks, 3 tackles, 2 clearances, 500 metres gained. He was accelerating away. He was massive in terms of our run and drive from that halfback in that midfield area. Does his job every week. Tommy Stewart played a very good game. He was, especially in that last quarter, he was amazing. So he had the 26, 9 marks, 4 tackles, 5 clearances, and a goal assist to go with his work, almost 500 metres gained. He lifted big time, and him and Paddy are playing, massive roles in the midfield and getting it done. Like the good captains that they are. Jackie Bowes had a goal next to his name. He had 24, 9 marks as well, 2 tackles, 7 clearances. So, he's just been a very nice acquisition. He's just gets it sorted out each and every week. He's in and under. He's clean. He's clever. So, he played well. I really liked Ollie Dempsey's game. He had the 17, kicked a goal as well, 10 marks, 4 tackles. Lots of hard work on the wing. He did not go off for a minute. They played the full game there. And he was able to be a presence. He's really kind of like that connecting player. Think of like Tom Lynch for the Crows going back, where he'd just be running up and down the ground all day, being that connecting player. And Ollie's been able to do that for us, and his kicking is really good. Over to Stengel. Tice kicked 2 goals, 16 disposals, and he also had the 5 marks, 3 tackles, 3 clearances, and a goal assist. So 3 direct goals off of his own good work. very clean up forward. He's desperate. He's hungry. He loves it. And more often than not, he makes the opposition pay. Over to Mitchie D, he had the 17 touches. He had 9 marks as well, 3 tackles. Pretty solid night. A contest probably would like back again where he didn't quite take the mark and then sort of fell over. But he's he cracks in each and every week. And plays a good role for us, and he'll continue to do so. Jack Henry had the 16, 10 marks, couple of tackles, and a clearance. He has moments where he's awful, and then he has a quarter where he's unstoppable. So hopefully we can bridge that gap. But yeah, he just needs to play back shoulder and not play in front because he's just getting pushed and out-muscled. So yeah, I haven't liked his season so far, and there's O'Sullivan in the VFL who'd be very keen to take down a key defensive post. So hopefully we can see the best of Jack. But I haven't really liked his season to date. He's had some good moments, but he's had more poor moments than good moments, I felt, this year. Over to Cole Jasny, he had the 15, 10 marks as well, 2 tackles. A lot of, we took 145 marks, so there's going to be high marking numbers and a lot of chipping backwards and sideways. And that's another little criticism we've got of Henry. Just chips it sideways, and then when he kicks it forward, he turns it over. So that's maybe why he's kicking it sideways. But, Colo, he had a few moments that you'd probably like back again. Dropped a couple of marks that, you'd like to sort of back in and then, lead to goals. But it's pretty tough down back, key back. So, hopefully we can see the best of Colo very shortly. But, had an okay night, had some tougher moments. But he'll move on. Zach Guthrie was really good. He had the 18, 8 marks. Also had a goal assist. It was a great little kick to Henry in the pocket. That inside 50 kick is proving to be one of the most important kicks in the game. Cannot be underestimated at all whatsoever. Bradley Close kicked 1 goal, 2, had the 16, 6 marks, a tackle, a clearance. What a workhorse this man is. He does a lot of running that's unrewarded. And rewarded as well. So that's just speaks to the character of this young man making his way. So, love what Close does and brings it each and every week. Zach Tui was okay. He had the 19 touches, 8 marks, couple of clearances. Yeah, and had some sort of tough moments, a couple of turnovers and missed tackles that, again, he'd like back. But I think, outside of those instances, pretty solid throughout the night. It's great how I remember all the negative stuff, but need to focus on the positives a bit more from my perspective. Over to Jai Clark, he had the 16 disposals, loves a kick, 8 marks, clearance. I've spoken about this a bit, but just hopefully he can get those hands a little bit clean, a little bit more grippo, whatever it needs. And I don't know how far he can kick, but that needs some work as well because he can only kick about 35, 40 metres at the moment. And he's not the man to kick it inside 50 from 65 out. But love his endeavour and effort, and he tries his guts out. That's what I do know. Over to Shawnee Manor, he kicked 1 goal, 1, the 14 disposals, 3 marks, 4 tackles, goal assist. Not 14 tackles this week, but he's looking every part of a best 22 player for the Cats. He's making that forward line role and he's looking really good. He's super clean. He's tough. He loves it. Over to Blitz, he had a shot at goal, had 12 disposals and also the 4 marks, 4 tackles and a clearance for Blitz. So again, he had some good plays that sort of led to scoring chains. Didn't get a sack of footy, but played his role nicely for us. Over to SDK, he had the 22, 3 marks, a tackle, not a lot of hit-outs, but that's okay. 4 clearances and a goal assist, most importantly, from his 70% game time. He's got 20-plus touches every week, so he's a bit like a ruck rover in there for us, trying to play as like that extra midfield and big body. Blitz halves 2.0. That's a tough midfield, isn't it? You've got Blitz and SDK and Stewart and Dangerfield. There's some big bodies to get through there. The Axe, he had 17, 2 marks, 4 tackles, 4 clearances, goal assist. He tries so hard each and every week, and his Guernsey usually It's quite dirty by the end of it. So, yeah, no one cracks in harder than he does. Hopefully I'm not misspeaking there, but he absolutely thrives on the contest and a wonderful player for us. Over to Scratch. He kicked 2 very early on in the piece and for 5 touches, 3 marks, a couple of tackles and a few hit-outs. He got subbed out tactfully in that final term to give us a little bit more run, and Henry was able to hit the scoreboard, and Scratch did what he had to do early, convert some good opportunities, and I just love how he just flies. So, you see 5 disposals, but you don't see how many intercept marks he chopped off or how many contests he got to that led to, scoring chances and goals off the back of his work. No disrespect to Tommy Hawkins, but he can't cover the ground like Scratch can. And the pressure acts from Scratch as well were great. He was able to nearly get hold of the ball on Darcy Moore or it might have been Johnny Noble, one of those guys, early in the game, and it was a really good tackle. So, I love what he's doing, and 2 goals early at the MCG is massive. Gary Rowan had the 10 disposals, took a mark and tackle, set up a goal, had some great pressure acts late, which we love. A little bit quiet throughout the game, but again, just love his endeavour. If he's one of our worst players on the AFL fantasy points and we're winning, things are okay. Over to Ollie Henry, who they've kind of nursed him back into it. He kicked a goal, 5 disposals, and also took a mark. 11 metres gained, massive. And then he played almost a quarter in that final term. So, that a little bit over a quarter. Almost a quarter. There you go. But, Ollie, didn't get, obviously, stacks of game time, came in as a sub. He'll be better for the run. And they're just slowly getting him back into it after, he's been a bit sore. So, all looking good. Over to, I have to look at the ladder. And just sort of see how it's all going. All right, so we have got 3rd spot in the book right at the moment with Essendon still to play, Fremantle still to play. They're not playing each other, so it's not going to clash too badly there. But Freo got the Hawks, Essendon got Melbourne, so I suspect we'll probably still be hanging around that 5th sort of spot or 6th worst case scenario if Port Adelaide have a massive win against the Suns, which they'll probably start as underdogs in. But anyway. That's the ladder. Let's have a bit of a look-ski at next week. I believe we have the Doggies at home. Hopefully Stuart's all good. Who knows what the match review will do on those. It's really tough to say. But, our record, I think, was 17-5 in the last 22 games against the Dogs. Match up pretty well. And, outside of the GMHBA win in 2023 when we rested half the team or put half the team through surgeries for the remainder of the season. I think we had Cameron out, Hawkins, Blitzarves, Dangerfield, maybe even Stewart. Who knows? We had most of our side out and took the Dogs probably till the final term to finally get on top. But, outside of that, record's pretty sound against them. Tends to be in that sort of 3-4 goal margin most times. I would suggest something similar. Doggies will probably bounce back a little bit after their poor performance against the Port Adelaide Power. I was about to say the Port Adelaide Crows. That would have been an absolute blunder. But us at home, we've won the last 3. We're looking good at the moment. Pending, hopefully Stuart's okay and that we're healthy going into this game. So, that's obviously, big game. Can't take it lightly. Can't let Bontempelli get off the chain. Have a plan for him. Make sure he doesn't be the reason, that for an upset, because that's probably their best chance. But that's a look at next week. Feeling good about that one. A week is a long time. Football. 3 weeks is an eternity as well. When we've won the last 3, and probably going into that, we weren't expected to win any of them at all. So, with how we were playing, as per my previous comments. All right, that's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. It was Cats by 20 points. And then, getting to their 11th win of the season. Not too far off. Getting enough wins to hopefully make finals. So, again, anything can happen. I've seen crazy things happen before. We've got 11 at the moment and probably need 13 probably 14 to make it a certainty. So we'll see how it all goes. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, all that amazing stuff. And yeah, appreciate all the support for those that watch on quite regularly. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.